Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Mukwinal Harima and I'm not only alone but also I have the members. There are Nadia Anwar, then Nadia Maulida, also Nati Nursyahidah. Here we would like to share to you about lesson plan analysis. Here we go. Hello, I'm Mukwinal Harima. The lesson plan's activities are in-line objectives, and the lesson plan is complete not to be abstract, because the activities are obvious and purpose. Also, the lesson plan activities have to be received and productive skill, because the student must be able to practice the example of it. It is impersonal, because for the task next week, they have to present their procedure text with group. It is just less control, because the teacher told the student to make procedure text about food, but the teacher didn't told them about food that they must present. And for the purpose of study, I give the 5 points because the agreement of the objectives to the competency attainment indicator is very appropriate. The operational verb use is excellent so that we can decide what to do. The education goals within the lesson plan are very complete so that we as teacher can easily understand the underlying purpose. The formulation of the goal of learning in Yasipa's lesson plan is very good, neat, and easy to understand. Thank you.
So for the next is the learning material. For the first point is the suitability of learning material with basic competence and indicators to be achieved. We give 5 points because in this composition of learning material with basic competence according to the wants, and the learning material created refers to the basic competence which has been done. And for point B is composition of learning materials. We give 4 points because in this lesson plan the material arrangement is less systematic, but for the whole material in the stacking is so well. And for point C, learning material or in appendix, we give 4 points too because the learning materials contains in the attachment and accordance with the material complaints in the lesson plan. So it can be said.
I'd like to explain the learning stage part from the result of the analysis of the rubric Micro Teaching Lesson Plan. The first point is learning models, approach and method. We give 5 points because it's complete. Model, approach and learning models are in the lesson plan. And the second is step or syntax of offline learning. We give 5 points because it's complete. This lesson plan accordance with the models learning that is face-to-face. Next is stage of learning activities. We give 5 points because the lesson plan include introduction activities, core activities, and closing activities with allocation time in each activities. And the last is application of active learning or scientific learning. We give 4 points because the lesson plan show active learning. And the next for rubric lesson plan. In goal aspect is achievable for learners. This goal lesson plan has a complete achievable to complete the characteristic of a good lesson plan. There is social function until self-responsibility that states with a word confidence and responsibility. And next is objective aspect. The first is congruent with goals. The objective of this lesson plan is not that congruent with the goals because there is some aspect that miss in the explanation of the objective which support to relate with the goals. The second is containing ABCD aspect. The lesson plan containing audience which are the students of junior high school, behavior, condition, and also degree which grade of junior high school. And the last is containing 3 learning domains. Based on the rubric analysis, this lesson plan has cognitive, affective, and psychomotor learning domains. Hello, I'm Nati Nursyahidah. I'd like to explain the media part from the result of the analysis of the 2 rubric from the old version lesson plan by Miss Rahayu. And for rubric bracket teaching book, the first point is selection of learning media. We give 5 points in the lesson plan because it's complete using whiteboard, book, laptop, and infos. And the second is selection of learning research. We give 5 points in the lesson plan because it's complete. The research using it is the English student package book for 8th class junior high school from Ministry of Religion, BBC text procedure, and YouTube video. And the next for rubric lesson plan analysis, for the first point in media, there are particularly the media used is PowerPoint and book material. This is very easy to apply. And the second point is appropriateness. The media used is in according with the learning material. With that media, the student can get a receptive skill by reading and writing. And last is effectiveness. The media used is effective. The teacher no longer need to write the material to be explained the material. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nadia Anwar, and here I would like to explain the assessment part from the result of the analysis of the 2 rubrics from the old version lesson plan by Miss Rahayu. And for the rubric in the micro teaching book, for the first point in assessment is their aspect assessment coverage. We give 5 points in the lesson plan because it's complete. The aspect assessment include aspect aptitude skill, knowledge assessment, attitude assessment, and skill assessment. And for the point B, the suitable of the assessment with the objective or indicator, we give 4 points because the assessment according with the whole objective and indicators. And for the point C, in assessment component, we give 4.2 because the lesson plan is complete. The assessment component consists of a written test or quiz, and then the activeness of the student in the class, and also the pronunciation. And for the point D, planning enrichment or remedial activities, we give 2 points because incomplete in the lesson plan not include activities enrichment or remedial activities for students. And the next for assessment, the rubric of lesson plan analysis. For the first point in the assessment is their congruent with objective and activities. The assessment used according to activity and objective. The assessment involve the skill, knowledge, and the attitude assessment. And the second point, using familiar activities. The lesson plan use the familiar activities such as discussion. And for the last point, retraining the perspective of social interaction. In the lesson plan has social interaction assessment by written text. That's all from me. Thank you so much.